Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone has had a great week so far. Coming into Friday, the beginning of the weekend, a little bit of hockey Friday, and then a ton of hockey on Saturday. The last time I did a video was when it was that lone Edmonton game, and the only wager that we got right that night was the under. Everything else did not work out. The two videos before that to start the year, I mean, have been awesome. I mean, it's been a great year so far, and I'm going to look to continue that this weekend. And there's lots to choose from, that's for sure. But Friday, January 7th, 2021, there are two games on the board. First one we have is Carolina against Calgary. Carolina is 8-2-0 in their last 10, current 4-game winning streak. Frederik Andersen listed to be in net for the Canes against Calgary, who has Jacob Markstrom listed to be in net. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. The last time the Canes were in action was on New Year's, a game against Columbus, when Carolina ended up winning that game 7-4. They were down 4-0 in that game, and then they rallied back and tallied 7 unanswered goals. 5 of those 7 scored came in the third period, when they also held Columbus to only 2 shots on goal. Carolina third place in the Metropolitan, only 31 games in. Both teams ahead of Carolina have 34 and 35 games logged. They've got a good, strong home record, a 10-3-0 home record, and they have the best goal differential, not just in their division, but in the entire league, sitting at a plus 40. Canes sit first in the goals against category. Frederik Andersen brings an impressive 1.92 goals against average and a .929 save percentage, on his way to have the best season of his career so far. Playing a Calgary team which is on the tail end of back-to-back hockey after playing against Tampa on Thursday. The Lightning back with Kucherov in the lineup. Tampa took that game 4-1 victory. Calgary's lone goal came from Dylan Dubé late in the third. Just not enough time left in the game and too late. Neither team was able to convert on the man advantage opportunities. Each team had 3 chances. Calgary so far, 5-2 over Chicago, then a 6-2 loss to Florida, now a 4-1 loss to Tampa. That's their record so far this year. Now they play Carolina. Tough schedule, right? I mean, if you had to play Florida, Tampa, and now Carolina. Calgary's sitting second in goals against, right behind Carolina, so they're strong in that category as well. They've had good goaltending. This concludes a 2-game series between these two. December 9th, the teams met in Calgary. Carolina won that game 2-1 in overtime. Calgary sits currently third in the Pacific. And I think Calgary is going to have a little bit of leg in their step in this game. I mean, after that Tampa game, I think there were 77 hits logged in that game. A heavy, hard-hitting game, the kind of game that does take something out of a guy. And this marks the beginning of back-to-back hockey for Carolina. Saturday, they play Florida. The odds, I'm going to use Bet365 to do all my wagering for that $100 deal that I said I was going to get ready for this weekend. So I just looked at opening lines. I think these lines are going to change when they actually get posted. But currently opening lines plus 110 or 2.1 for Calgary, minus 143, 1.7 for Carolina. Over-under set at 6.5. I like Carolina here all day long on the money line. I'd even look at it on the puck line, but I'm going to just stay to the money line Carolina, especially at 1.7, which again, I think it'll be lower than that come later tonight or tomorrow morning. But the first pick is Carolina. Second game, we've got Washington against St. Louis. St. Louis has Jordan Binnington listed to be in net. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Washington is 6-2-2 in their last 10, and their streak is an overtime decision. Samsonov listed to be in net for the Caps. The Blues, they began the year with a win at the Winter Classic against Minnesota. I think it was the coldest one ever recorded in NHL history, but it was a 6-4 final for the Blues. Wednesday, they played Pittsburgh, and going into the third, the Blues had a 3-2 lead, but then Pittsburgh scored 3 in the third and won the game 5-3. Blues outshot 41-29. They were 1-for-1 on the power play. I think they allowed Pittsburgh to convert 2 out of the 5 chances they had. The Blues have a good home record. They're 12-3-2 at home. currently sitting second in the Central Division. St. Louis in first place in the power play. They're sitting at 30.2%, which is very, very strong. Washington at the top of the Metropolitan at 48 points, right there with the New York Rangers. The last action Sunday, January 2nd, when they played New Jersey, that game required extra time. It ended up being a loss for Washington, 4-3 win for New Jersey. Ovechkin, he was held off the scoreboard in that game, although he leads the team with 24 goals and 26 helpers, 50 points so far, 34 games in. This is another team at the beginning of a back-to-back weekend, Blues, and after that they play Minnesota. Washington has had its challenges with COVID, never knowing who's going to be in. I know right now they're dealing with Backstrom and TJ Oshie. I think they were on the ice, but they're dealing with some flu symptoms. Not COVID, but just regular illness. So not 100% if they're going to be in the lineup. It'll be interesting. Definitely some changes in the lineups there, so we'll see. Blues, I mean, they're without Tarasenko, Perunovic, and Wallman. All of those three are out with COVID protocol. Tarasenko, he's been the top producer for the Blues in the last 5 games. He's had 5 goals, 8 points in the last 5. Washington, I mean, you got to think Ovechkin. He was held off the scoreboard. To hold Ovechkin off the scoreboard 2 games in a row, that's only happened once so far this season. That was back in the middle of November, I believe. But once, I think it's happened this season where 2 games he was held off the points board. So he's going to come out and he's going to play strong, as Washington always does. Samsonov, strong, good goaltending matchup here. This is going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to watching this game more than the other one. Money line minus 105 or 1.95 for Washington. They are a bit of the dog in this game. St. Louis minus 115 or 1.86. Over under set at 6. The under I kind of like. It pays 1.9 or minus 110. Best bet, I'm going to go Carolina. Parlay, I'm going to go Carolina and Washington. And everyone knows I'm a Blues fan. I just think without Tarasenko and Washington coming into this game, I think they're going to have a bit of an edge, and I think they'll pull out a win here. I'm going to also look at the under Washington Blues game, under that 6. So out of the $100, what I'm going to do, because I'll probably do some other wagers as well, but I'm going to do the $100 deal that I spoke about, see how big we can grow $100 or if it's going to go to 0. We'll see what happens. But out of the $100, I'm going to go Carolina best bet. We'll bet $5 on that game. And then the parlay, Carolina, Washington, we'll go 2, 2, and 2. 2 on each team and 2 on the parlay. And then we'll bet $3 on the under 6. And I'll post my results tomorrow with the odds I locked in for that Carolina game. Because as I mentioned, the odds are not out. Just the opening odds are, opening lines. So Washington to beat St. Louis and Carolina to beat Calgary. Those are my picks. Now, for Saturday, there are 15 games. So far, 3 are postponed. We'll see if any more are postponed tomorrow. Else, I'll be doing a video tomorrow night for Saturday games. Good luck with your picks. Have a great Friday, the beginning of the weekend. Talk soon.